Hello and welcome to the Golf Swing, the weekly fix. We've got more swings coming at you from my iPhone app just here called Golf. We've got 3 guys who have sent me their swing, which talks a little bit about, we're going to talk about weight shift in the backswing and spine angles, just to show you how they get off plane and how that affects their backswings. We've also got 2 other swings here sent to me via the app, which we're going to talk about takeaway, trying to improve the takeaway to try and get them a bit more in plane and setting a better feeling for the backswing. Also, a quick note for anyone watching this video in the now, if you can post a video to my fan page, link just here on Facebook, also in the description below, before around 20th of December 2011. On the 27th of December, the Tuesday post of this show, between Christmas and New Year, I'm going to be taking all the swings that I can from my Facebook page, my fan page, rather than the app. So if you want to get included in this show, go to my fan page, like it, post your videos, and the best ones will be selected to try and do another one of these shows for you guys on the 27th. Let's get stuck in. So these 3 swings, we're seeing a change in the spine angle and a change in where the weight position moves, where the weight moves on the backswing, so forward or backwards, as they make the backswing. It's affecting the way they turn their wrists, it's affecting the plane that they get on. So player 1 we see, this isn't as common actually, player 1 we see weight moving forwards, so as you make your backswing, weight moves forwards, which scales you to get your wrists in a bit of a muddle and you get the club laid off at the top. Player 2 and 3 do the much more common problem, which is to turn to a certain point on the backswing. Body doesn't really want to take much more, so then what they do is they stand up, which gives them the laid off position with their wrist. So just want you to start thinking about where your weight's going as you make your backswing. I've got a little drill which can take the thoughts of where your wrists are going out of it, so you try and sync what your wrists are doing more to the way your body's turning. So let's get on the mat and give them some help. So player 1 we see weight going forwards, and then as you make your backswing, you're just turning almost behind yourself, so forwards and then back with the club slightly laid off. Player 2 and 3, we're seeing the much more common, back to a certain point, can't really do much more, give it the stand up for the laid off. And in all 3 players, what we see is the hands just drop with this flat shaft, so you're getting stuck behind it. So look, for all 3 of you, you need to start thinking about what your weight's doing on the backswing. You want to start thinking about where your weight is going on the backswing. So player 1, your weight is moving very much onto your toes as you backswing. So as you start the swing, for all of you, you want to start with the weight on the balls of your feet. Player 1, you're moving much more onto your toes. Player 2 and 3, you're moving good for half of the backswing. Then you just get this stand up, which will throw the weight much more onto your heels. You want to try and think that as you make your backswing, that you're really trying to turn more down into the ground. So you're turning your power, your weight down into your feet. And specifically, try and get the weight turning more down into the right heel. So turning your weight right down into the right heel, so the right foot heel, right inside there. So the inside of the right foot, turning down into that position. This will allow you to start turning behind the ball a little bit better, which will allow you hopefully to set your wrists on a slightly better angle. But I don't want you to fuss too much about the wrists. I want you to try and get your cores, your body's turning a bit better to help your wrists get on plane. I think you won't have to think about them that much. But I'll give you a good drill to help you take the wrists out of it and just think about where your body's turning. And certainly where your weight's going. Just do the preset drill. I've done this in other videos. It works really well. So we're going right angle between left arm and the club, roundabout parallel to the ground, toe end of the club up to the sky, and you also want your hands down in front of you. And then from here, what you're looking at doing, you've basically got your wrists preset. So you don't have to worry about your wrists. As you want to think about the way you're turning. Are you moving your weight forwards? Are you turning up onto your heels? And what you really want to be doing, like we said just a minute ago, is you want to be turning your weight down into your right foot. And you'll see that just sets my wrists. Much better playing in the club, up to the target more with the club at the top of my backswing as well. So presetting the wrists, turning down into that right heel. Really feel like you're coiling up rather than just letting all that energy go on your backswings. So you can even hit shots with this drill. Set yourself up to the ball. You might hit some funny shots doing this for the first time, but just hit a few on the range. Preset the wrist and feel like you're turning into the ground. Feel like you're turning into the heel of your right foot. So player 1, try and get the feeling of that weight going forward. Identify it and then feel that your weight's turning more back into your heel. Player 2 and 3, much more about trying to feel that you are actually turning more down into the ground rather than this lifting up, which is getting you in the classic laid off position, then the drop on the inside to try and hit the ball. And that out, guys, give it a practice. You've certainly got to start thinking about the way you're turning with your core, with the middle of you, to try and get a better plane and in the long run, much better golf shots. We've got two great swings here, which are great to show you a little bit how, if you get the takeaway set wrong on the backswing, so the first movement as you take the club away from the ball, kind of sets up a theme for the whole swing which you struggle to get out of. So we see from both of these players the club head moving below and behind plane very early. So not always the hands. Hands for one of you goes on plane, but the club goes behind plane, below plane. So it's this very early disconnection in the swing. So look, let's get on the mat and give you a drill to try and help you get the feeling of a better swing plane on the backswing. So, swing plane for both of you. Taking the club back very much this way, where the club head wants to move behind your hands very quickly. That then sets the theme up as a flatter backswing. One of you, the left-handed player, actually player two, you get the club then across the line, which is the classic kind of in and then across, and then both of you getting a little bit stuck behind it as you come in and hit the ball. So you're setting the whole thing for your swing from that takeaway. A little drill to help you try and get the feeling of the takeaway, and this will feel strange. It'll show you how, even though it's a tweak with your takeaway, how if you do this differently, it'll feel very different for you. Set yourself up as if you're going to hit a shot. And then all I want you to do is take your right hand and place it down onto the shaft of the club. So you split your hands on the club. And then what you do is you make your backswing, first couple of feet, just keep your right hand outside of your left hand. So don't let your right hand get behind your left. So as you take the club back, you're just going to feel that the club stays outside of your left hand, right hand stays outside of your left. Simply then bring your grip back together and turn up to the top of your backswing. That'll give you a good feeling of how that club should be moving back. This to you will probably feel like you're doing this when you start this, but it's just a case of trusting it. You can actually hit shots again with this drill. It's hard, you might hit some funny strikes at the start. So set yourself up to a ball, and then just split your hands on the club. Take the club back, trying to just keep the right hand out in front of the yellow, out in front of your left hand, sorry, just for the first couple of stages. Put your hands back on, and then turn through it. Much easier for you to get this classic position where the shaft is parallel to your feet line if you just do the split drill to feel it at the start. You'll see all good players tend to keep the head outside of their hands. It's not until the club gets up around waist height that it catches up with the hands, where for both of you, gets behind your hands before it's even at waist height, which is setting that theme for that two inside kind of backswing, that flatter backswing. Hope that helped, guys. Post a comment, let me know how you get on. Thanks for watching the show as always. Do remember, 27th of December, go to my fan page, address is here, and I've also got the address in the link in the bottom of the description here. Post your videos up on my fan page, and the 27th of December, your swings can get included in that show. The selection of the best will be included. Thanks always for watching, and we'll see you in the next show.